All right, so the Raiders made some transactions today, some of them negative, some of them slightly positive. But yeah, so let's kind of go down this list. So some guys re-signed and some guys left or are about to leave, and some new players came, such as John Brown. So the first was Denzel Good re-signed. He is obviously an offensive lineman, and there's a lot of stuff going around about the Raiders, just completely wiping out their offensive line. So I'm glad he's staying. The second thing was yesterday it was announced that Rodney Hudson, the center for the Raiders, who's one of the best centers, he's an all-pro, he's one of the best centers in the NFL, was announced he was being released. And everyone was livid. I was like really upset about this because, release, you don't get anything. Usually release is for overpaid players that really don't hold too much value. But this guy holds a lot of value, and it was upsetting. But today they announced they're trading him to the Arizona Cardinals, as I guess the release didn't go through all the way or something. They're trading him to the Arizona Cardinals and a 7th-round pick for a 3rd-round pick, which seems pretty like a bad deal for an all-pro center. So yeah, I'm a little bit mad about that. I think the Raiders front office, they gotta step it up. We shouldn't be focusing on getting rid of guys. I thought we were buyers on the defense. We should be, trying to boost our chances of having a better defense. Richie Incognito, the offensive lineman, is also returning, so that is a really good news. I guess pretty positive, just considering how our offensive line would be just without all these guys. Linebacker Nicholas Moreau is returning to the Raiders, and I'm glad to hear that. Zay Jones has been re-signed on a 1-year deal. He didn't play too much last year in terms of presence, so I'm okay with him re-signing. Jonathan Hankins also re-signed with the Raiders, and Gabe Jackson, it will likely either be traded or released in the upcoming maybe days. We don't know. So that's another offensive lineman gone, and then obviously Trent Brown is gone, and Rodney Hudson. So it's really disappointing that way. But let's look at John Brown, because he was a new acquisition. He wasn't a re-signing. He's from the Buffalo Bills. He's a receiver. He's a veteran. He's about 30 years old, about to be 31. But 3 touchdowns last year, 13.9 yards per reception, which isn't too bad, but he only played in 9 games, so I guess that taints it a little bit. So he's played in only 96 games in his career, so kind of shows you maybe he's not always on the field. But 31 touchdowns lifetime, 320 receptions. He had 33 receptions last year. So I don't know. I didn't, when I saw they got him, I was like, okay. I didn't really think too much of it because, I guess we don't really want a receiver like this. I think we want more of a younger guy that we can maybe sign for a long time. Because you look at Aguilar last year, he's kind of the similar thing. We sign him for a 1-year deal and then they leave. It's team inconsistency, and it's something we don't want to have. And yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much all that happened today. I guess most notably we got John Brown. I don't know how to feel about it really. I don't know if I care too much. He's a fast receiver, but I don't know how good he is. That's the thing. I really haven't heard too much about him, but I've heard about his game. He's a pretty decent route runner and he's fast, but I don't know how much I care, just considering the fact that we don't entirely want guys like this. We want either guys we can sign to multiple year contracts, or we want defensive players instead of getting rid of key offensive linemen that we need to protect our offense. And our offense was good last year, so I don't see why we really need to change too much, maybe besides some of the receivers. But let me know your guys' thoughts. I'm a little bit feeling mixed emotions about this whole thing, but a lot of things happened today, so let me know what you guys think. Go Raiders.